Hey guys, welcome back to the Space Agency. I'm Wandering Kid. I've adjusted my orbit a bit to drop my periapsis down by where our landing site for Moon is going to be. I was wrong, I was off by about a day. We got here about a day quicker than I had expected. But I'm hoping I'll be underneath my 8K here for this particular temperature test, the 6CK one, when we get into its range. Now, best I can do is 10x. Okay, now we're going to have to see how close we can get to it. Now, while we're here, I want to make sure I'm zoomed in on my thermostat and ready to take a test. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Now I wait. And I got it. So that's that one. That means I can take off directly towards B1T4, or I can just loop over and try and get at it that way. One or two more passes should get us near T6B. Now that's not bad, but I think we'll get a lot closer on my next pass. So I'm going to wait a pass and come back again. Alright. So that gets us reasonably close. I'm going to put in a maneuver node roughly here. We'll slow ourselves down tremendously. And we'll see if I can also drop into the target. I want to be up a little bit. There, not too bad. So let's get ourselves turned around to our burn point. It's not too shabby. Right, let's zoom in a bit. So I've entered the zone, I killed my lateral, getting ready to do my suicide burn. Whoops. Well, he's not dead. Damn. Oh, that wasn't what I was hoping to do. Oh, log the temperature and send it home. Ah, I can see the engine. Oh, that tank's empty. Whoops. Well, Harkin, you're here. Go plant a flag for me. Might as well grab the EVA report while we're here. Well, we're going to have to send a pickup ship for him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Harkin, that was a little much. Well, that didn't quite go as planned. Right, 12 meters per second for landing legs. 6 for the engine. Alright, well, we'll have to send somebody up here to come get him, but Harkin will be safe for a little bit. Well, let's go to the Space Center. And there is my plant flag on Minmus. It's about time. Alright, we're going to accept that. What else do we need? So the next thing... Well, we need to figure out what to do with Bill. So Bill has 1,500 and a little change in Delta V. 950 to get out to Minmus. Another 300 screwing around. He'd never get home. We're going to deorbit Bill. Bill took his joyride. He had his fun. It's time to get him home. Actually, he's right where he needs to be. Let's get him this way. And Bill is home. Bill came home pretty close. And he gained a level. Well, not too bad. Alright, that gets Bill down. And now that we've got Jeb into the light, we're going to see if we can't get Jeb in an orbit for his rescue ship right after we take care of this flag. Hopefully the ship doesn't run away too far. So, we've got our flag. Closed up a lot of contracts. And now we need to get Jeb to orbit. I could extreme EVA him up there, but hey, we've got this fancy looking ship right here. Might as well get in it. Come on, push the door. Alright, let's get it up right. Yeah. And let's start orbiting. And that's the end of that. CBA Jeb. And let go. And now we thrust. Go towards the sun, which is our east. And just pushing forward here for his jets. Is Jeb having fun? Oh, he thinks this is a blast. Get out to around 20K. And we'll have to figure out which way we go from there. Now, the other way when you're doing extreme EVAs is you see this star band that goes all the way around on the solar plane. You can kind of use that to help you eyeball which direction you need to go. So, if you're looking for the star band, you're looking for that star band when you're EVA'd. It'll be more obvious when we get up near the correct location. So we're just going to warp a bit while we get into that. Now, Jeb's got plenty of EVA propellant still on him. We're going to right ourselves. Now, since I'm going past the star band, I think I need to go that way a bit. Let's aim it down some as well. Where's terrain going? Okay, good. Whoa! Okay, kind of got our orbits figured out. It's got to go a little further. So, towards the star band. Okay. Bit eccentric, but it works. Now, if I go straight down while staring at the star band, I should be able to even this orbit off a bit. Okay. Now we're going to go forward again, because doing that... Whoa, 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 whoa. That way, please. Go. And we'll kick it up. Okay. That should be a safe orbit. There. 1524. Okay. Jeb should be safe now. The Minmus visitor is dead. Is it not a bit? I don't see flags. Huh. Can't see flags as an EVA. How curious. Alright. Well, now Jeb has to wait for his ride. Hey guys, you guys may remember this. My basic satellite deployment rocket, Unfortunately, as was pointed out to me by Tick in one of the comments for 2 episodes ago on 9, I had left his body set to Eve, which is why my TWR information was so horribly inaccurate for everything I did in episodes 9 and 10. Delta V doesn't change, just the TWR. So I don't even need those boosters. I can put this up relatively cheaply. If I want to get even cheaper about it, I can still get to orbit with a good 2500 Delta V left over. So I built up Harkin's rescue ship. One of the problems here is even though I can get to Moon with jet engines, I had a part count issue on that one. No lander legs, no octo, no thermostats, etc., etc. In this case, since I need to rescue Harkin and still need to complete that survey on Moon, and I have to send him an empty capsule, which means I need an octo and a capsule, we're going to have to not do it in that method. So what I've built here is a 34.3 ton craft. It's going to use asparagus, well, small asparagus amounts of staging. It's going to cost me just shy of 20k in funds. It's a 3-stage rocket. One is a lifter stage. The second is a circularization and insertion stage. And this entire upper stage should be available for moon work and adjustments as necessary so that I can get down near Harkin and pick him up. Nothing overly particularly special about this. Bunch of 800 cans on T-30s and T-45s and some separators with some lander legs. So we're going to go see if we can't pick up Harkin. Let's get this thing airborne. Okay, we don't have a Kerbal inside, which is what I wanted to make sure of. I don't have room to stick on a Kerr component on this. So I don't have all of my Kerr data. So our rescue craft is currently on its way to Moon. Once it gets there, we'll figure out what we're going to do with it. Should have plenty of fuel to be able to manipulate ourselves over there. It'll be getting to Moon just a little bit ahead of Jeb's ride from Minmus. So we'll be dancing back and forth between the two of them. Meanwhile, I've got contracts to look at. I have a little bit of spare cash here. I'm going to upgrade R&D. Down to 160 grand. So the next upgrade is 6.36 million. I will have an unlimited science upgrade at that point. Let's go into R&D. What do we need next? So a drogue chute and a landing strut. Ladders would be really nice. Deployable solar panels, these would be pleasant. All sorts of tiny engines and probe pieces. we will eventually want this. Including, we get the hex instead of the octo. This is our Mark 1-2 command pod. We could send Jeb, Bill, and Bob off to where we want. Notice it's a 4-ton pod. Beware. We've also got our lander can. Monopropellant engines. Supersonic flight. Circular intakes, those are rather nice. Start getting the Mark II pieces here. The claw. Oh, we got the hitchhiker storage container. I think this part will open up space stations. Not sure. Docking clamp. Clampertron docking ports. Oh, yes. That's almost a definite something we need here in the near future. Alright, we definitely want specialized construction. Give me docking ports. Give me the hitchhiker. And give me the shielded as well, why not? Advanced metalworks is... well, the extra large girder can help, actually. The rest are stack separators and the junior and the radial attachment. The great orange tank and the mainsail. This is definitely something we're going to want to be playing with here eventually. We'll grab those. Nuclear propulsion. All of this just for an atomic rocket motor. But the atomics are beautiful things. I'm going to grab that, and we're going to purchase that. Here's our turbojet engine. This would let us start building SSTOs and start moving small things up to space for negligible prices. Problem is really what's 10 or 20k right now? I'm looking at hundreds to, if not millions. But spaceplanes are fun to play with, so I'll research that, and we'll buy the turbojet. I want the ram air. The circular intake as well. I'm gonna buy the rest of these pieces as I decide I want them. That blows through most of my available science. Let's see if that opened up new contracts. So it would appear the hitchhiker can lets me build a surface outpost, so I can go build one on Moon. It needs to support at least 5 Kerbals, power, an antenna, and a docking port. It's not worth a lot. And we just got one from Minmus. Again, only worth about 200 grand total. Basically the same rules. I'm not impressed. Also, I opened up orbital station around Kerbin, worth about 60 grand. Supporting 5 Kerbals. Okay, I'm seriously not impressed with the expected price tags for these stations and surface outposts. Now here's something interesting. Build a new orbital station at Duna. See, these are the kind of prices I was expecting to see local. This is worth 450k. Decent chunks of both science and prestige. 9 Kerbal. Well, that's not a horrible contract. I'm not going to take it, but it's not a horrible contract. So, I'm just not impressed with what I see here. There's a 2-star for Moon. Ah, here we go. This is looking better. 260,000. Decent science. It needs to be able to support at least 11 Kerbals, have a docking port, antenna, and power. Okay. This seems reasonable. We're back on our Moon rescue ship, which has to change SOIs. Now, let's see what we can do about getting this orbit figured out the way I want it. He's just coming into the daylight side. So if we burn... Oh, let me bring it back some. This way. No, that's not doing it the way I want it. There we go. If I come in with a bit of an angle, I'll be able to eventually loop around until he comes underneath me. Should be on that side. So that should work out nicely. So we'll do that, and then we'll set up another maneuver node up here. I bring it in further. Trying to guesstimate exactly where I want the bottom of this orbit. I think I want a little more. Yeah, let's try that and we'll clean it up from there. 11 minutes till my satellite, so... Next maneuver will be to pull into orbit. And, okay, so that one triggers in an hour. Jeb's ride home gets in 16 minutes, so my satellite here is the next one I have to work on. We have power. Now, this... Oh, that's right. We're cleaning up our orbits just so I can finally aim them correctly. Trying to get that apoapsis up there figured out, so then I can get the periapsis down here figured out. Alright, so you're going to be a while. We're doing the geosynchronous and then the polar, because it made sense to kick it out, way out there to change our orientation, more than it made sense to come back in and do it. So, in the meanwhile... need to do is wait. Okay, it was a 1 second burn that I expected. Damn, a bit off, but alright. Now, our next maneuver actually should be up there. No, our next maneuver is to pull the apoapsis down just a hair. Next one up, Jeb's ride home gets into Minmus SOI. Alright, we're in rain. Manipulate things here. Let's bring ourselves in closer. There, that actually brings us in reasonably close to him. And then once we get in, we'll clean our orbit up a little more. Rendezvous are much easier when you can stay still while the target moves for you. I gotta be real gentle with this. Yeah, just about right. Okay, next maneuver. Bring ourselves in. And once we get into position, I'll figure out whether my orbit needs to be higher, lower, things like that. Alright, and our next one is back on our satellite. Alright, let's bring ourselves around to our alarm. Relatively close. Okay, that looks like we've got everything moved around there. Now out there, to add a node to push the periapsis up a hair. And I need to move the other way. That way. There we go. That should be our final maneuver for that orbit. So our next one is the Moon Rescue Craft and bringing that into orbit. So a 23-second burn is estimated. What we'll do is at 23 we'll go to a half burn and we'll just burn through the node. Alright, let's see how we look here. That's not bad. Looks like the bottom of our orbit's still a little high, planar. for an intercept with that, but I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue. Do is we'll set up a new maneuver node here just after periapsis. Get our orbit cleaned up. I overshot that a bit. 27, 25, it's okay. So now we're going to have to wait until he comes underneath our orbit. I'm not quite sure. We're just going to have to come in and check on this guy every now and then. One of the things I do want to do, though, is on our ascending node to ascend a little more. So if I'm right, come on, line up. Right, it's over here. Ascending node should be about there. I want to skew our orbit a little further. Just enough. Yeah, that should do it. Not much, just a bit. And we'll just hand warp this. Overshot a hair. Not a big deal. That looks closer to where I'll need to be to pull off a break to get into them. So 6 days, 2 hours. 3 days is half a circuit. 1 day, 3 hours is a quarter circuit. So we'll put in a raw time alarm for 1 day. Now, our next one is to go get Jeb's ride. Clean back up. So we need to be up this way. Okay, so about 11-second burn. Reasonably close. Okay, there's Jeb. Let's set you as target. Alright, your periaps. Alright, he's behind me, so I need to get above him. My periapsis is at 10. He's at 15. If I remember correctly, I do simply this. Should push. I'm just turning my orbit all over the place. That's not what I want to do. His apoapsis is 24. Yeah, I need to get above him. Alright, so we're going to do a burn at periapsis. And, well, my apoapsis to match his roughly. Yeah, that looks about right. And from there, do another burn. Bring us up on the periapsis by about 3K. And then we'll tighten that up once we get closer. So that's in 7 minutes. Okay, so we'll stick around here. Alright, that's that. Now, I'm finding it hard to control my burns right now. What I'm going to do... Oh, why can't I tag the engine? Because I stuck it in so deep I can barely put the mouse on it. Oh, this is what I get for clipping, right? Come on. Alright, I'm not going to adjust the thrust on the engine. Can't click on it. Never mind. Alright, so our orbits are cleaned up. Looks like our closest intercept right now is 12.5 kilometers over there. That's actually not too horrible. So what I'll do is I'll set up a maneuver node over here. If I bring our... No. That changes things. That brings it to 21. I rotate this around. Things are closest to 10.3. And another intersect at 4.2 kilometers over there. That's not bad. That's in 40 minutes. The next ship. Oh, that's pretty close. Okay, we just need to maintain stability. There we go. That contract's complete. Okay, now I need to get this thing out to there. Our best bet is to come around to one of either ascending or descending. And we're going to push out towards the ascending node. And I need to turn that. There. That should be a good start anyway. Okay, so next up is back to Jeb. Alright, and we're going to come around and hit this burn. How's this looking now? Intersect is 3.7 kilometers, so actually that worked out a little. So our next burn will be over here where we get close to each other. And the ascending node is horribly off. So we're going to do a couple of things over there. We're going to add a maneuver. We're going to match our orbits a bit, and we're going to clean this mess up. There. Now I need to touch that up just a hair. Okay, so at this maneuver node, we will clean up the discrepancy in our orbit eccentricity, and I'll come in tighter to Jeb. It's a 2-second burn in 42 minutes. So we'll come around. Actually, that's my next burn, so we'll go do that. Okay, our orbits are mostly matched. I come in here where 3.6 kilometers apart. That's not bad at all. I want to start doing an approach with him. Gotta go do my satellite burn here in a little bit, but let's kill our discrepancies. Actually, what's our markers say? That's a 2.1 kilometer. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a new alarm. It's going to be closest target distance. On orbit 1, we'll get 1.4 kilometers away from each other. Now, if you can zoom this out, and eventually you'll be told exactly how close you get. And at some point, we come within 50 meters of each other, but I don't want to wait that long. So in 11 minutes 40 seconds, we will be close to each other. 15 seconds is more than enough for me to react. So let's go take care of this satellite. 0.3 meters per second off. I can live with that. Now, that should get us out to our polar orbit. That's a decent sized burn for 8 seconds. And then there'll be another maneuver way out there that'll keep cleaning us up. And hopefully I can finish this before I end up with my moon intercept. So we're in that generally that direction. I still have 3,258 Delta V kicking around. So I'm pretty sure I can get into this orbit. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to go check on the rescue. Let's go see how that orbit's looking. He's coming around to the day side. Still got about 3 hours left. Yeah, I think I'm about right. Might be a little late. Well, let's adjust this. I can't adjust it. I can kill it and rebuild it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's kill it and add a new alarm for 2 hours, 30 minutes. Alright, let's go hit Jeb. See if we can't get him on board, literally. Okay. This way. I don't even see Jeb. Where is he? There he is. Power is going to start being an issue here. Let's kill our mutual velocity and then aim towards him a bit. Just a little. Okay, we get to 0.4 kilometers in a little bit. In one orbit in 5 minutes, we're 266 meters apart. I'll take that. Okay, that should be close enough. Alright, 0.0 meters. Can't even see my ship in the dark. Okay, zoom in towards it. Rotate the entry towards him. Let's go grab Jeb. Jeb, your ride's here. There we go. Alright, next batter. Let's go home. Check Kerbals that way. Let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, okay. So, actually, burning now would work. Let's get an SOI break. So our periapsis looking like, alright. Ooh, I don't like that. Alright, we break there, so maneuver node here. 35K should work. Now we just gotta watch the rescue craft and see when things line up. So, my raw time alarm definitely got me here long before it was ever an issue. Alright, so it looks like we're getting close to our path. I think one or two more orbits may bring us into position. Because I want to drop my maneuver, I believe, right around here to come in on top of them. So, one or two more orbits. So, we've got them pretty much lined up directly with our orbit here. So we're going to add in a maneuver. I've got a brake. Oops. Not there. Let's move that along a little bit so we're closer. Yeah, that should work about right. Maybe a little that way. Yeah, that should work. Going to use up a ton of our fuel, but so be it. Nature of the beast. So our burn will be in a minute. And I'm not sure how long this burn time is going to be, so I'm going to wait until I'm a little closer, about 30 seconds. I'm going to bring it up to full speed. So a 43-second burn, so at about 21 seconds I want to kick it to full. Not bad. Okay, we're coming down reasonably close. Let me check my surface speed. Okay, that's not too bad at all. So if I aim myself northerly, like so, and I need to go a little south and west, or excuse me, south and east. So we need to, that's my nose, nope, I gotta go this way. Nose it this way. No, I was right the first time. Push it a little past him. There we go. I think that's a little past him. Well, it's closer anyway. Oof, now I gotta do this by eyeball. If I go inside... Oh, ha! I can't go inside the pod with only the octo on top. So, there's our target. Coming down fast. Start my suicide burn. I want to say at about 6.5K. You see, that's at 16.9 kilometers away. Was at 21K, so I think it's a 4K rise, so about 8 or 9K. We'll do a break and reassess. Went through all this trouble to get this landing gear. Might as well put it out. Alright, now we drop like a brick for a bit. $5K away. Let's kill some of this drop speed. Go like this. Okay, can kind of see terrain. I'm gonna keep it at a controlled drop. I know I'm moving the camera around a lot, but I'm trying to find something in the terrain I can use as a eyeball. There's my shadow. Let's bleed off some more of that speed. Come on, center off. There we go. Nice. Nice soft landing. Alright, and we have landed. Now, let's go get Harkin. Thanks for the ride. Time to go. Alright, so Harkin has a new roadster. Now there's something I think I needed to do. There's a plant flag on Minmus. I think I needed to get science from somewhere. So yeah, science from space around Minmus. Jeb hasn't left Minmus yet. I need to get an EVA. Okay, good, he hasn't. So we're going to EVA him. Grab an EVA report. Keep the data. Board. Review stored data. Ship it. No comms on the vessel. Alright, he'll bring some home. So that works out, though. We need to go back to... Harkin. Harkin doesn't have a tremendous amount of fuel, but he still has a job to do. We still need to get that data. Which is going to be north by east, so 45-ish when we take off. That height needs to be under 8,000 when I fly over it. Lovely. Alright. Time to go, Harkin. We're going that way. Let's roll it over so I can see what's going on. Bring in our landing gear. This is a dangerous flight. Alright, I should stay low enough. Oof, this is tight. Alright, as I cross over, I need to make sure I can see my thermostat. Go. Now I wait. Okay, we have that contract complete, finally. We need to get home. Oh, there is no good way. Alright, so my best bet is to do it the manly method, which is when I'm going reverse of orbit, which will be as fast as possible, or slow as possible compared to Kerbin. I'd go that direction. Yeah, there we go. That's a Delta V I can probably hit. It puts me out in the middle of nowhere, but maybe I can get an aero brake afterwards. Alright, so that's going to be my maneuver. I just have to be careful because my periapsis is close to that, and I'll be coming in pretty low. I'm a little concerned about the height that we're doing, so I'm actually going to do a very small burn to pick up my periapsis, because that had me a little nervous. Yeah, I'm glad I pushed myself up a bit. That would have been a bit nerve-wracking coming in quite that low, with all these crater lips and stuff like that underneath me. It would have been beautiful, but nerve-wracking. So now we just wait for our burn. Alright, let's hope we've got enough fuel. Harkins Road, sir. We'll brake about here. Oddly enough, I can't seem to put a maneuver node out there. Alright, so when you break SOI, let me know. You will break SOI in 3 hours. Okay, not too bad. Back to our satellite. Alright, so that one's set up for its next burn. My other satellite, this is the one heading to Minmus, which I'm trying to get cleaned up. So this is actually an orbital correction, so that I can get lined up with Minmus on its plane, so that then I can play with the maneuver nodes and see if I can't get myself an intercept somewhere. So that's this burn, which is relatively short. This particular satellite still has 1,875 dV on it. Let's see, ascending node 0.3 degrees. Okay. Now, the next thing I wanted to do was play with the maneuver nodes. See if we can't find a Minmus intercept. Get my Apo up to that general direction. A 95K encounter. I'll take it. So 6 days worth of orbit. I'll burn up a second. And that one will be able to go for a Minmus intercept from its last satellite's orbit. Okay, so Harkin's next, and I'm really curious to see how he's going to end up doing. Now, if I'm right, we've got about 50 to 75 dV left in this ship, and that's it. Okay, I haven't quite escaped the moon yet. Ah, there we go. Alright. So, if I put a maneuver node in here, I'll try and bring this down. 75. Yeah, that's a huge burn I don't have the Delta V for. Alright, so I add one at the apoapsis. I'm getting close to where I think my limit is. I don't think I've got 250 DV left. But that's my best shot at getting them home. Unless I can slingshot off Moon somehow. I wonder if I could get a gravity assist. Man, I'm bad at those. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright, we go to Apoapsis and Prey. So let's add in a Apoapsis alarm. It's here a minute before. Well, let's see what happens. I don't think Harkin's got anywhere near the Delta V he needs. But if I can get him close, some kind of Kolbaya orbit or something, maybe I can get another intercept shipped up for him. We'll see how it goes. Alright. So that's set. Jeb's ride home. So with 54 fuel, 67 fuel, he's got 1,300 Delta V. Yeah, I'm not having a lot of faith in that lander. Alright, nodes shortly. Jeb's burn is complete. He'll be coming through the Atmo at 38K. Once he's done that once or twice, we'll get him stabilized. Let's see, what do I want to do for his timing? Let's add a periapsis warning 15 minutes before it. That should tell me when I'm getting close to the atmosphere and I can keep an eyeball on him. Jeb's going to take 7 days before he starts his aero break. The only thing I've got coming up in the very near future is the polar satellite. Oh wow, I'm close enough to that orbit. All I need to do is maintain stability, and that one's done. So I have a satellite up here that has no use with 2300 Delta V on it. Oh, it's a shame I can't give this gas to Hark. I wonder if I can get behind it and brake. So after going through the contracts, I decided I'm going to try a couple of these outpost missions. One is an orbital station on solar orbit, so as long as I get to escape velocity, that should function. What's interesting is there is no directive as to how high or where, so all I gotta do is break SOI with it. The other one is they want a surface outpost on Moon. It will support 11 Kerbals with 160 grand. I figure that should be interesting. I also just grabbed a plant flag on the Moon mission. Figure since we're going back there anyway, why not? This Tundra orbit around Minimus should be done as soon as our satellite gets there. Science data from space around Minimus will be done when we get home with Jeb. Plant a flag on Minimus, we'll have to wait. I was trying to poke around and get a surface outpost from Minimus that was a 2 or 3 star, but wasn't able to get it, so that one's just going to wait until we send somebody up there. So those will be the contracts that we start playing with for our next episode, and maybe I can get our probe drone SSDO to fly. We'll see. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.